Well, it's become more rock and it's become more electro. It's become more pop in a way. We were in the studio. We were sitting in two rooms. The one of the rooms were the keyboard section, and the other room we did the guitars and bass and drums and stuff. So it was kind of weird just sitting in two different worlds, and then in the end trying to put it together. But I think that's why it has become so much electro and so much rock in a way. And then we've become better musicians. We've grown older, which you can really hear on the album. But still, it has the young energy as it had on the first record. I think you could say in a way that it sounds more like we sounded live actually, because we were really trying to catch this live energy, which we always had on stage. So it's just more of everything actually. We tried to go more extreme and not be afraid of doing it.
Nothing, I guess. I mean, we're really satisfied with. I mean, there are of course some songs where I say, okay, you could have done that, you could have done this, but I think that we also really want to keep the intensity in it by not thinking too much. Sometimes when the songs that didn't turn out the way you really wanted them was because you worked too hard on them. Some of the songs that turned out the best were songs that we didn't really finish, go to the studio, record them, played around with it, finished it, and sat afterwards listening to it, and okay, this was where we went, and no one really saw it coming during the process, and I think that's one of the ways that we work the best. So of course there are a few things, but nothing I can specifically point out really.
I think it was pretty flowing actually. We were just singing out songs because we had so much energy we wanted to get out of us, and so it was actually really easy for us to come up with new songs and new ideas. They just kept on going, and they're still coming now. But of course, there's always ups and downs, and sometimes I just thought, oh shit, it's a long way to home, and there's a long way to finishing this album, and we still miss a lot of stuff, and it's too much. But I think we're really good at helping each other up. We are so many people, and we are really the best of friends, so we always can support each other, and that way it flows more easy.
And also being 7 people, there's so much creativity from all of us that we never run out of inspiration. It's really like a huge flood of inspiration. Just what should we do? It's not that we're sitting down in the rehearsal room like, does anyone have an idea? It's always just people are just jamming, and then in the end we have too many ideas trying to structure them.
Our biggest problem is to
narrow it
down.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe you can say so, but when you have something good, it always shines and makes the bad disappear. Of course, there are times where one of the things that we said on this album, which was kind of like a mantra for us working on it, was that if you didn't really get what was going on and you didn't like it, you weren't really allowed to oppose it until the guys who came up with the idea were reaching some point where they say, okay, now I'm satisfied with it, what do you guys think? So there have been a couple of times where I stood in rehearsal and just looked around, listened, and just thought, this is shit, why am I here? But eventually, when the idea grew and it started going somewhere and jumping between lanes, I started understanding it, and I could incorporate some of my ideas. It started like, okay, now it's DÚNÉ again. So when everyone was thinking this, then we had this idea flow. But I think if everyone just opposed whatever, we are 7 different people, and we listen to 7 different kinds of music, and we have so many different ideas and different ways of looking at music, and that is what makes us, in the end, But if everyone was just really fighting for his and her own, we wouldn't really get anywhere. So that was kind of important for us to just let the ideas grow and then decide something when we have something finished.
Jakob, we did the record with, he's an amazing guy, and he just has some new input to our music because he's normally a heavy metal producer and one of the biggest heavy metal producers in Denmark. So it was funny to start working with him because he has a whole new idea. He has a whole new idea about the whole concept of it because he can make this massive sound. It was fantastic. Had a lot of inputs and did a lot of things.
Especially, I think, especially for guitars.
Yeah.
He was really amazing, and the drum. Yeah, you know, you really catch the live energy we got on stage.
Yeah.
I think that's what misses a bit on the first record. It doesn't really catch the live energy that much, but the new record is just, if you put it on your speakers and just turn it up and blow you away. And that's because of Jakob. You know, I think I really wanted to make them all a bit more obvious. You know, the old record could really be like, when I read them myself, I'm like, what the fuck did I think about when I wrote this? So I think everything is really, you know.
You feel that way too?
Yeah. No, I know what it's about, but you know, I can see that. You know, I can see that. I mean, nobody else in me knows what this is about. But on the new record, I think it's a bit more obvious, and I think it's more thought through. I really worked with all the parts, and I really, always ask a lot of people, hey, what do you think of this? And do you have an idea to what I can maybe do better? Or so I think I'm really proud of the lyrics in this new album because it's really, at the same time it's personal. It's really something I mean. And I think it's very cool as well. Yeah, I think it's a lot about, enjoying the youth that we are in now and enjoying our situation a lot and remembering to feel life now and not just dream away in the future or in the past or anything. Yeah, kind of carpe diem, and just breaking through and starting up a new life as free individuals. It's a nice city.
Yeah.
It's like I think it's like the best city of Europe. It's no offense. It's so much is happening here, and there's always a lot of energy and the life in the city is really amazing. And it's the center.
I really just like the atmosphere here. We've been here. I know we played like 5 shows before we moved here, and we've been living here for 3 weeks in the summer holiday a couple of years ago, and that area where we live in Kreuzberg, it's really nice. It's just, people are just so open-minded, and when it's summer and close to the river and stuff, and there's music everywhere. You can't just walking on the streets, people are standing everywhere just playing, and they're talking to you, and that's really inspiring to be here, I think.
And I guess we've just been traveling so much in Germany and in Europe, and also been to the States, we've been to Russia, we've been to Japan, so we just needed something bigger and something where the vibe and the cultural vibe is so more vibrant than in Copenhagen, where it's kind of closed and not that, it's small and you don't have that many possibilities, where here you just really feel the energy. So why not?
Oh well.
Du sprichst mal ein bisschen Deutsch.
Wir versuchen es zu lernen, aber
Das
es geht
geht
langsam.
Wow.
Sehr gut.
Ja.
Matthias?
Komm mal.
Mein Fahrrad.
Es ist auf der Bühne ist es ganz Spaß, denn Ole und ich, wir können Deutsch sprechen und Matthias versteht nicht. Yes.
machen wir kleine Jokes und so und er steht da, ja, okay.
Es ist viel
Genau.
Spaß. Ha, ha.